What's going on, folks? We're here at New York City's legendary cutting room for the Gong Show Live. So I just figured I'd give you a little bit of a gear tour for what we're using to bring the insanity of this show to life. So let's go take a look. I've been using this stuff for years. You might recognize some of this gear from the Groove Gypsies videos. But I have my old trusty Vox wah that feeds a Boss AW3 that Gaiocious from Days of Wild calls the Funk Box. And a special shout out to Russ at Guitar Center in Times Square for fixing those two knobs. One really cool thing about playing here at the cutting room is that you don't really need a pedal board, because Steve Walter, in addition to being an avid guitar player, great guitar player himself, the carpet here is very conducive to Velcro. So no pedal board necessary, everything sticks right to the floor. So Polytune from TC, very, very happy with it. Most of my filth comes from the Rat. This is an old one too, there's not even an LED on it. One of my favorite pedals of all time, BB Preamp from Exotic Effects, amazing. A newer pedal for me, Carbon Copy, courtesy of Sean at Guitar Center in Danbury. Thank you, Sean. But I love the analog delay. It just has a certain way of staying out of the way, so I use that liberally. And this is sort of my Swiss Army knife, G2 from Zoom. They sent this to me when I was on the road with Carmine, and I have a couple of cool presets in here. I have some CE. This is my Vinny Chorus preset, named after Vinny from Who's Your Daddy. I have a Strymon preset that I modeled after Strymon, so I have a couple of cool things in there. I mostly leave it in bypass, but I also have some reverbs and have a Leslie thing. So it's like the all-purpose infielder. And then for amps, I'm using what everybody thinks is a heater, but it's not. It's my ZT Lunchbox. Special shout out to Austin over at ZT for always being awesome. And this is a really cool unit. It packs a punch, 200 watts, solid state. So it's really awesome, having a great time with it. It runs at low volume great, runs at high volume great, so I'm using it liberally as well. As far as guitars, I usually have a couple of more, but this is a pretty straightforward show, so I'll either usually alternate with my Dean or my Brian Moore, which has a piezo in it if we need some acoustic stuff. But for this show, I'm using my 93 Strat, which my mom bought me. It's on its third neck, but other than the neck, obviously, and the tortoiseshell pickguard, it is bone stock. And this is what we're using for our talkback system. We have over here Frank up at the piano has a couple of mics. One feeds the house, and the other microphone feeds this, as well as a line from the front of house into our in-ears. So everybody over here, live wire headphone amp, and Frank's mixer here, and that just feeds a couple of channels, and this feeds what we're listening to in the in-ears. So there you have it, as they say. For more information, you can check out gongshowlive.net, and for all the tour dates and show dates and stuff like that. We'll be appearing all over New York City. Right now, I believe we have some upcoming dates at the Davenport Theater, right off of Broadway, which is very, very cool. So be sure to check that out, gongshowlive.net. I also want to thank Austin at ZT Amps for his always being a wealth of information. So Austin, you rock, and we'll see you on the road.